All right, sorry. I was like waiting to talk to someone. Okay, so again, Stitch Method will be back up and running, but I'm just using the power of YouTube to help anyone who's coming back to Florida from the evacuation. Hey, okay, so really quickly, this is all about the replay. I just drove, I don't know, 12, 13 hours, and got back to my house. Not a lot of damage, and all is good. So all is good. I mean, the storm driving down south is crazy, but here is what hey everybody, this is what you need to know about driving home. Hey, okay, hey, okay. So no sound. Am I the only one? Are you the only one with no sound? Because this would be terrible. Okay, so let me know if there's sound. If not, I have to redo this. Hi, with Bud. Glad it's all good. Sound is fine. Okay, so it's you. Okay, so here's the deal. If any of you know anyone who is returning to Florida, they have to know this. Otherwise, they are going to be like SOL. Number one, go a little bit north from where you are and get as much gas as possible. Like, get as much gas as possible. Is that correct, wife? As much, because everyone is out from southern Georgia way down to Florida. There is absolutely no gas because everybody got it. And if you do not bring gas with you, you are going to run out of gas, and it's going to be terrible. And number two, yeah. Whenever you stop and number two, go to Home Depot and buy a 5-gallon bucket or a roll of toilet paper, because every rest station, there's like literally no power. There's no power from like Florida, from North Florida to Southern Florida. There's like just no power. So none of the rest stations toilets are working, and it is gross. It's an effing nightmare. My son, who's 5 years old, looked in the toilet and said, "Who pooped that much?" You know, because he doesn't understand there was like 25 people. So here's the deal. Show this to everyone. Number one, get as much gas. Travel with as much gas as you can possibly find. Otherwise, you're going to run out. Number two, bring toilet paper, because let me tell you, the toilets, like, they're all electronically flushed, and none of them are working on any rest stop. It's just true, okay? And that is a pretty blank scenario. Okay, so number three, here's the big one: is use. Of course, I mentioned before. Use the app Waze, WAZE. It is going to help you. Is going to help you get around any sort of traffic versus the people who are not using Waze. And number two, Gas Buddy. And Gas Buddy's great, but it's frightening because when you look up gas around you, anything that is red means they're out of gas or out of power. It's not necessarily that they're out of gas. It's that these places are out of power and they can't pump the gas. So please, 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 please show this to anyone who you know who's coming back to Florida. Share it with them right now. You need to have gas. You need toilet paper. You need to bring water on your way down south, and you got to be prepared. Oh, and the last thing is, if I'm putting this first, and we'll have a quick chat. This is hard to explain. Gas Buddy might show you, like, here, say you're on the highway, right? And it's going to show you all the gas stations around the highway, but there's going to be one that like works that's like 14 miles out, and you're going to see that getting off the exit ramp, like, it's just backed up because everyone's trying to get into this gas station. So honestly, feel free to go around them, go right around them, and go down the road, because everyone's like stopped to go into the corner gas station, and just screw them. Just go right around them. Don't worry, you're not going to get into an accident. Just be like, hey, I'm going that way, and then go. So here's a long story short. Bring gas. You're going to run out of gas. Make sure that if you're going home and you need gas for a generator, you're not going to get it at home. You're not going to get it. I mean, like the trees, these mammoth trees. We were driving down US 27. I mean, just every other like telephone pole just laying across the power line, snapping them. Like, it was crazy. So anyway, I'm safe. I'm home. Stitch Method will be back up and running sometime soon, I hope. I had another crazy family thing that I gotta probably fly up to New York for tomorrow, next day. But anyway, so with that being said, please share this with people, because it's going to suck on the way back. Everyone on the way back, they need to be prepared for how there is no power and there's no gas and there are no working toilets at any place you go. So that's my plea for you. All right. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. Glad to see you're back. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Driving 12 hours. You know what's really funny before I go? The one artist that always, yeah, go ahead, ask a question. That always like gets me through any sort of road trip. Paul Simon. Paul Simon. I was listening to live at Central Park. That was the easiest drive in the world. All right. So, so jamming over game. What do you suggest? slow it down, man. um, Heading home. You're heading home. Okay, stay safe. You're the best. Thank you, Doug. You guys are the best. Paul Simon yeah. Paul Simon, his music just got me right through that drive. So I'll probably do an In the Mind of or Masters of Melody, Paul Simon. But please use this use this video and share it, or call people or text them, because once they get into Florida, they're gonna be like, oh, there's gonna be gas and power, and there is none. And when you see the trees that have come down on these power lines, you'll understand. Oh my God, they got a couple days before the power goes on. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for this. We have family in Sarasota. Good. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them. A great way, by the way. I mean, like they got to use their smarts. If they don't know if their power is on, like I have a Nest thermostat, so we checked our Nest thermostat, and it was like, oh, it's working. So that means our power is on. Have them call their phone, their landline, see if their answering machine picks up. If their answering machine picks up, they have power. If they have an answering machine, I mean, I'm dating myself. Use your Jimmy, thank you. Honestly, that's the best donation. I spent so much so much money. That was the nicest thing in the world. I spent so much money in this evacuation. It killed me. Do I regret leaving? No, not at all. I mean, when you have a family, that was great. When you have a family, and the thing about a hurricane, the thing is, like, there are so many people who are like, "Oh, I knew it's not going to be bad. I'm going to stay." And it's like, no, like nobody knows exactly what these storms, or what they can do, or where they're going. And if you're inside that like cone of uncertainty, just get the f out. I mean, driving home at night and seeing the destruction just from night, like, you don't understand. It's not, hurricanes are windy, and like Katrina and Houston, they were flooding. This wasn't flooding. This is wind power. And I mean, I was stuck in a road watching these guys like cut down a down tree, and I was like, oh my God, like that's massive. We drove down the storm in Georgia, and I mean, I was driving left hand lane because those trees were like, whoa, what, just while the tropical storm was going on. So I don't regret leaving. I was with my family. We made the best of it. I got to see some extended family. I taught a couple of lessons, believe it or not, on the road. I had a computer. I had Wi-Fi, so that was good. And that was pretty much it. So again, like, the whole point of this video is it's late at night, but like, please let anyone who is coming back to Florida to do those things, because it look at the look of desperation on people's faces when they pulled up to the gas tanks and they were closed, and like you saw people watching other people who had gas tanks. Oh my God, Doug, don't. um, Thank you. That was very nice. Honestly, like, it's so funny. You guys are like my extended family, so like now I really feel like I'm coming home, and that was very nice of you, Doug. That was a donation, in case anyone on the replay had no idea what that was. It's good to be back. I'm laying in my bed. It's awesome. My family's coming over. Um, they don't have power, so they're gonna stay with us, and it was definitely a learning experience. We were very well prepared, and my wife and I were like, we kicked butt at this, and it was easy. So anyway, yeah, we'll see if we can do New Year's. I'll see if I'll do New Year's. So I believe you. I believe you, Lucas. Listen, I'm gonna go. I'm safe. I'm home. Family's home. Kids are sleeping. Um, Please show people this video, and I will. I will. No, 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 no. I will get Stitch Method back up and running probably next Tuesday. I have a lot to do. And Stitch, if I have a physical graffiti vinyl for my friend who doesn't know exactly what it is, yeah, yeah, physical. It's so funny you mentioned that, man. On the way home, I was like, oh, that's another thing. The cell phones and Waze actually didn't work for about like 90 miles, because all the cell phone towers, everything, no power. So like there was no signal, no nothing. So that's the thing, is you got to be prepared. And I was like begging to listen. I loaded up Spotify, and I was like, I want to listen to In the Light off of Physical Graffiti. It's funny you mentioned that. And I was like, it's just the song I want to hear right now. And I couldn't get it up. I just listened to what I said. I couldn't get the song up. That was the funniest thing ever. And and a physical. Oh, that was great. And I exactly. Sorry, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this replay because that's the funniest thing ever. And so I couldn't get In the Light going, and I was like getting mad, but then I started listening to it in my head, and it was awesome. So I'm home. I'm safe. Show people this video. Stitch Method back on track next Tuesday. I promise. I have yet to hear from Sean Daniel. I know that he was in a house that lost power. I don't think he's injured or anything, but he was telling me that how there was no power, no cable, and it was just him and his cell phone. So I threatened to be texting him all night to run his battery dry, but I didn't do that. So let's see. Save. Oh, that's what's up. Yes. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'm gonna go. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna say hi to my wife and get my family all set up. All right, guys. I'll text him. Make sure he's. I never get out of that maze. Yeah, I should listen to some fish on the way down. I was just too distracted. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. I'm home safe. Please show them this video. Show them this video. They need to know how to get home safely. All right, guys. Bye bye. Take care.